Ready to be outdriven. I'm working my way to the top to doing this shit for a living. If you want that money, be double out. And if you want that trophy, take double out. And if you want to be a winner, be double out. And if you want to be a champ, take double out. Be double out. Take double out. Be double out.
What's up, everybody? We are back at the BE00TAKE00 show. It is the mid-season finale here. I am your host, co-host, PJ North, along with my better half, Tyler Bohannon. Tebow, what's good, baby?
Oh, it's a great day. It's a great week. I did smoke a deer with the trailer last night.
With
I didn't tell you
which
about that.
trailer? No.
Oh, of course, Dad's Gold Rush. Like it decided to just cross, like it was running down the ditch.
Yeah.
And turned not in front of the truck. Okay, it tried to get between the truck and the trailer at 70 miles an hour. So it's smoked, all completely smoked.
Damn.
So yeah, that's it's gonna need. Before I even told Dad, I just called.
Gold Rush.
No, I called Corey Gladwell, who I know used to do
yeah.
that stuff back in the day,
Yeah.
and like kind of got an idea of when he'd be ready for it. And I said, just
Okay.
reskin this whole thing. I don't want to deal with this. I don't even want to call my father. So if you want to do it
Yikes.
like today, that'd be cool. I was, joking, obviously, but yeah. So that's what's happened so far this week. And we were going down to 60
Yeah.
to break Johnson's tires in. That's all we were doing.
Brutal. Well, before I get to that, if you're listening live here with us on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button. If you are not subscribed, you do not have an opportunity to win our big no box entry this weekend. I don't care if you don't even race no box, right? Even if you don't and you happen to win today, this opportunity to get in a no box. I already told Dylan Champion. Dylan's like, hey, man, just go ahead. When I win, I was like, brother, if you win, my Chevelle will be there for you to drive, my guy. I don't want to hear this shit about you can't make it across the fucking Great Wall of North Carolina over to Kentucky. So, but if you're listening, watching live with us on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Let us know in the chat that you're watching, where you're watching from. If you're listening on iTunes or Spotify, don't forget to leave us a review and leave a comment. Let us know. Share with your friends.
Live and happening right now. Brian is trying to get to my house to grab the giveaway car, and they currently have Pinal Road shut down. So,
oh no,
I don't even know how that's possible.
That seems like a B-Dub problem, not a PJ problem.
Well, that's
we'll get it. It's just funny that you told that story. We'll go back to that. So the deer story. So my sister and me used to race together all the time. She used to come to the track. She drove my dad's '66 blue street car it wasn't really a street car. It was a bottom bulb car at best, but she would drive it in both classes. She also drove the 66 I have. We're going to the racetrack at one point. I'm following her in my Corvette. And
the C4
is technically a 3, isn't it? I guess it's kind of a 4.
Okay.
No, it's a 3, yeah, because 4 is the newer, the late model car. This is a 3.
Yeah.
It looks like the Batmobile. So I'm following her, and I'm like, oh, damn, she about to smoke this deer. And the deer jumps right between the truck and the trailer. And I mean, just made it through. And I was like, I heard again, she's like wide eye. She had to pull over. She was like, what just happened? And this is like, I was like, damn, I can't believe she almost smoked that thing, man. Wes Collins, we got plenty of volume, dog. My volume is up, homie. I am on the top end of volume. I appreciate
me volume. I don't know about my volume,
Tyler don't need no more volume.
PJ's is always good.
Yeah, I'm on the money here, brother. Side note. So I thought that was funny about the not funny. Obviously, I hate that for the Gold Rush. I do. And Austin Sloan, hey, I've been looking. Austin somehow has every Gold Rush from 1988 to 1992 that has ever existed between Alabama and Tennessee. I'm convinced. My guy is constantly flipping Gold Rush. I'm like, where's he getting this? And it's always like the weirdest size. It's like, hey, we got this 23.5 foot, but it's only a 7.5 foot wide door. Or it's like, hey, we've got this extra height Gold Rush, but it's only 26 foot. It's like, just the craziest shit. I feel like every time I've ever seen him sell a Gold Rush.
They always have the weird ones, and those are the ones I end up with too, because they usually go a little cheaper. So you just get the weird
Gold
ones.
Rushes are obviously they're always custom made almost, right? For every
yeah, pretty
racer.
much. There was always the rich guys that like made them exactly what they needed, but never what anybody else needed.
Who's that guy with the Grand Am that was really pretty? It was like Brandywine and yellow. and goldish. You know what I mean? He recently passed away not that long ago. I want to say it was Mike something. He kind of had like the slick back silver fox hair.
What class was it?
He runs super stock with it, like GTCA type of thing or GTDA or something.
Why is this not coming to me?
You'd know it if you saw it. Anyway, he had a sick ass custom Gold Rush, and I just remember that being like, I was like, whoa, I am in the wrong class. These guys are confused. I am in the wrong class. I showed up with an open trailer. My F-250 barely runs, my guy. They are confused.
They got always like all of them, and they're usually ones that they ordered like 80,000 years ago.
Yeah.
You know,
like
always new.
Always some good ones. Dylan, dog remount. First off, remount to seat. Dylan, do you think you're tall, my guy? What are you? You can sit in any of them. I feel like there's plenty of room, my guy. I don't know how close you need to be to the steering wheel, but we can fix that. Yeah, so exciting. Before we get into all the information, if you're watching live with us tonight, we are doing a free no box entry drawing for the 100K at Beech Bend Raceway Park, July 3rd through the 6th. We are giving away a free weekend entry. That's 250s and the dragster race. Me and Tyler are even going to front the dragster race. So a free no box entry. That's it. You can't transfer it to anybody. You can't sell it to anybody. It is non-transferable. Brian corrected me on that. I'm glad he did. I was like, hey, if they can't race, maybe they'll like partner with someone, but I get it. It's non-transferable. So
shut it down.
Shut it down. He hit me with that. And so
I love going to the principal's office.
He always corrects me after the fact. Sometimes I don't send him stuff because I don't need his approval. And then other times when I don't send it, he gives, and I'm like, damn, I probably should have, whatever. Anyways, but we're giving away free no box entry. All you got to do is comment in the chat, and I am going to add your name to our list of things. So as I go here, I'm going to see who we got so far. We got Jeremiah Hall, Austin Sloan, and Wes Collins. So give me 1 second. I'm going to switch to this guest. I know everybody can't see it yet. And you're going to read the names, Tyler, of who so far has commented to me, all right?
All right, you ready?
Yep.
So you got Jeremiah Hall.
Yep.
Austin Sloan, Wes Collins, Dylan Champion, Joe Ballard. And that's we're doing it from the YouTube chat, right?
Yep, from the YouTube chat alone.
All right, that's what I've got so far.
Who did I miss? I missed one. Dylan, right?
Dylan Champion.
All right, there we go. So everybody's in. Everybody that's commented, you have to comment and you have to subscribe to the channel. It helps also if you've subscribed to our sorry about that, Tyler. I just had your face like halfway on it. That's my bad, dude.
That's okay.
I thought I switched it over.
I'm good, buddy.
I'm learning. All right. So continue to think about that. Oh, Katie Fields. Well, sorry, Jimbo. It's non-transferable. It's Katie's. Just kidding. All right. I'll put them in there. We'll put them in there. Jimbo Fields. We like it. Thank you, Jimbo. Appreciate y'all watching. We appreciate you guys. All right, let's get into the week. Again, I'll continue to keep announcing. We're gonna draw that later on after combo of the week. We'll get into that. But LJ, hey man, you got to let me know who you are because I can't just put LJ. So you got to let me know who you are and where you're watching from. Huh?
It works every time.
LJ. Yeah, but what is this?
That's how you get away with it. That's how you get away with it. You can put like 82 different LJs.
A lot of options there. All right, the headlines. Austin, it doesn't matter. You might have to foot brake, my guy. It's not foot brake. It's bottom bulb. You can use the trans brake, you big dummy.
It's all the same.
Headlines, man. NHRA at Bristol. What actually a horribly weathered affected event. I felt that I gotta give a shout. I don't know if Jason Galvin watches this show, but if you do watch Jason is my favorite person on the internet right now. My guy
hands down.
He hasn't. Let me tell you something. If there is a troll or a hater out there, my guy's batting 1,000 at hitting them down. He ain't never missed. He is swinging a Mark McGwire corked bat right now and ain't never missed. He is on there, and I appreciated it because it does give some insight and I think a little bit of like context to decisions because he's in the know. And I appreciate that because there's no one else doing that. I mean, obviously Loans is doing it, but like
they just kind of leave you in the dark a little bit.
Yeah.
But then you got these couple of guys who like, it's obviously not something they care about. They just don't pay attention to, but these guys do.
Yeah, 1,000%.
You know,
1,000%.
It's not like they get told not to say anything, but there's just nobody that sees all of it except for those guys, which is kind of cool.
So I really appreciated that. I will say
And
this.
I will say this, but
Go
I'll
ahead.
say something about Jason.
Yeah.
I've gotten to work with Jason a couple of times, and I really do like Jason. But he's got just enough like left coast asshole to him, like smart ass, where it's like,
Well, I mean,
it
I think
just,
he's still calling me Jimmy. Probably if Ray Thurston were here, he would know
Yeah.
he's still calling me Jimmy. I didn't know
he
Jason
just
Galvin
smokes it.
until last year. I had no idea who he was. Never.
Yeah,
Obviously, I haven't raced on the West Coast that much, so I didn't know him.
Mhm.
But I think he does a
He
great
came
job.
out.
So
He came out and did some when he does the bear thing, or was doing the bear thing. I think he still is.
okay,
And he ran with Bear at Bowling Green in Indy a couple of times.
Okay,
and
cool.
I know he does some stuff out there. And then we did the panel at PRI that I did
very
last
cool.
year. He was kind of the coordinator person for it,
awesome.
but really big fan of him.
He's
and
super
he's
comp
involved
guy,
in a
right?
lot of things.
Super
too.
comp
Yeah,
guy, right? Yeah.
yeah.
See, we got to have guys like that, man. He gets the business. He doesn't have to race. He's he races when he can, but guys like that are, I think are not as readily available. So it's good.
Right.
But yeah, every time I see him comment on, I love it. I'm just like, I'm here for Jason Galvin commenting on someone's lack of context or lack of knowledge, and him just being like, "Excuse me, idiot. Here's your dunce cap. Let me place this on your head." And I really enjoy it.
Real quick.
Yeah, I really enjoy
Peters.
it. But a lot of things happened. Obviously, look, man, Sunday sucked, right? They're in the middle of super stock and it just pours the rain. There's nothing you can do. Obviously, they're doing everything they can. There's nothing you can do. Do you think, though, that they should have just called it square on Saturday and let everybody go home?
So I need to. I want to fire off on this.
Okay,
but
well, I got it. The video's recording, so go ahead.
Leaving myself from being Jason Galvin's next target because I don't know 100%. Like, I haven't dug into it yet.
Yeah.
But they finished first round of 3 classes.
Yes. But the weird thing, no, 4 classes. They did stock. This is the weird part. They went stock, super comp,
Which they finished half of
on
like
Saturday. Yes. Yeah. So Sunday alone, they finished stock, they finished super comp, then they went top dragster, top sportsman, which I thought
they were never going to finish the race. Like, I don't know what they were shooting for.
100%. I don't know what the goal was there.
That's what I guess that's my thing. So, like, I guess I don't have to dig into it.
They didn't run super stock.
Like,
they didn't run super stock until round 3 of the pros, or round 2, one of the two, like late.
And I don't know what the weather showed for yesterday, but I'm assuming it was more rain. I don't know, but like, you're never going to finish the race. So why are we even trying this?
Why start it? Is what you're saying?
Why start it? And you have a 0. Like, if you're not going to run Monday, you're not finishing, because for one, it's been raining like a bitch.
Yep.
Bristol is, I don't know what the weather. It was hot as balls.
Probably,
so I think that you probably could have ran as late as you wanted. But let me tell you something: they ain't running that late.
Yeah.
They just ain't gonna do it. I don't know what the point of any of that was. I guess the reason that I want to dig into it more is to figure out what happened Friday and Saturday to lead to this, and why we didn't make this decision a day earlier.
Poured the rain. They had to cancel qualifying Saturday. They had to cancel.
Thursday? It was a 3-day race. Like,
it's only 3 day, and they allowed you to withdraw up until Wednesday afternoon.
Which is cool.
Yep.
And maybe that's why they said, screw it. You made the call to be here, and we're going to wait.
And we're going to try. And
I
get that.
No. I mean, everybody decides to come to the race. That still doesn't mean you can deck them for 3 days. What did we do Friday? Let me ask you that. What did we do Friday?
They did 2 qualifiers.
Okay. And then went and did a session of pros?
Yeah, 2 sessions of pros. No, just 1 session of pros.
Yeah, so they did 3 sessions total for that race, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did 2 time trials. Like, if we're looking at the fork, and I don't know what it looked like on Friday. Maybe they thought Saturday was going to be fine. Okay.
Yeah.
But if Saturday didn't look fine, 1 and go.
Yeah, that's kind of where my head is. I'm like, I feel like maybe let's make.
Like, as a racer, I'm all in for that also. So I'm like a minority, but 1 and go. We could have knocked out half our fields that day.
I think by June, the majority of those guys have all made laps down the racetrack.
Well, I mean,
right. So like.
Well, if they haven't, but like, you got to do it.
And
I just don't understand that.
Yeah. All right, Lee Markham. Thank you, by the way. No, Lee, you are not too late. We'll go back into it, but thank you, Lee. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know, man. It's a tough
and maybe
situation.
You're trying, right? Like, you're trying your ass off to make it all happen, and then you just get to a point where you realize it's not. Now, I'm pretty sure they could have realized it a lot sooner.
That's my thing. Like, I don't know how Sunday really looked. I raced on Sunday at Bowling Green, so I don't really know how it looked, right?
Yeah.
I do think, like I said,
I was on the lake. It was sunny as a bitch.
I think it's just hard. I don't.
It's
a lose-lose situation, and I'm not asking them to please anybody. By the way, we're not knocking either decision. What we're just contemplating hypothetical situations that may have transpired.
Differently.
Yeah. How I would have. I don't know that I would have done it. I don't know what I would have done. I think guys want to race. I do think super stock getting the shaft. That part I'm weird on. I appreciate that they're not the show. I do get that. That's you guys. It's not lost on me. You started early on Sunday. You should have ran every first round of Sportsman so that because here's my thing: how many of those guys aren't going to South Georgia?
Well, how many? Why was Top Dragster Top Sportsman's what they tried to run?
No, they ran Top Dragster Top Sportsman. They finished all that stuff. Then they ran first, second, all of it for the pros. That's Mountain Motor, Factory, Pro Mod.
So we finished round one stock.
They finished everything.
Super comp.
Yes. Yeah.
Top Dragster, Top Sportsman, and then 3 rounds of the pros.
From my understanding, I'm trying to figure out. I turned it off when it started raining because I was waiting for Terry Nolan and Kenny to come out. I watched Super Stock round, obviously, and I was going to watch the pros on TV. So I was like, okay, well, we'll just.
Did they start Super Stock?
Yes, they're in the middle of the round.
Okay.
And then I'm talking about poured the rain.
So we got guys in the back half of the lanes, which I mean, it's get there first or last. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, whatever. That part's irrelevant.
That literally never ran first round.
Never ran first round.
And now so you stopped in the middle of a round and you're gonna go pick it back up where it left off in South Georgia.
Yeah.
Like, to me, you just you've botched this all the way.
Yeah, I feel like that part I feel like just cancel that. It doesn't count as a national. It just doesn't count as a national.
Yeah. So what they're going to try to finish, I get it. It's in the same division technically.
Yeah.
But you're talking about tracks that are 6 hours apart and like opposite.
Bro, you're talking about Bristol. Hold on. Bristol from me is 4 hours.
Yeah, that's the screwed up part. It's almost closer to me than it is you. Yeah.
Right. So I'm just saying that to South Georgia from me, I'm closer to Georgia. It is 8 hours, more or less, give or take. So you're talking about adding another. I'm not saying it's another 4 hours because it is east and you could go down through Charlotte and all that stuff and through whatever. But like, man, that's a crazy turn of events.
Well, and let's just talk about the serious part of it. How many people were really going to South Georgia in July for that double?
I'll be honest with you. I don't know what that looks like. It's an interesting take. I don't know.
Yeah, I love the race, and
Same.
if I was, if I was in a position to go and didn't have, I don't know, 7 other things happening that week.
If it was in Columbus, like I would have still went 100%.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite races.
1,000%.
I've had really a lot of success at them. They're a lot of fun. It's like
it's a lot of fun. That's the big thing. It's a blast.
National.
We have a great we have a great time. Exactly.
But like, I don't think that they were going to see huge car counts for that. It's July, dude. It's Valdosta, Georgia in July.
Hot there, dude.
What are we doing?
And it's all concrete there, dude.
Yeah, concrete or asphalt. So, that's kind of the.
I don't know. It's a tough one, man. Either way, like I said, we would love to know. Again, and my thing is like, I actually appreciate the conversation because it's really like, oh, what's the thought process behind the NHRA decisions to do that too? Because like, I'm not against either. Like I said, I'm cool with either way. It's just interesting to see like what is the decision making process of like. And again, I know what happens in super stock. I understand why they get pushed because their first thought is, hey, look, they told me when I was in Virginia, we're running the semis or no, the quarters. And this is the only time I've been in this late. That's why I'm using this as an example. So we get to the quarters and they're like, if Monty Bogan does not show up here, which he's in comp, so he's doubled. And they're like, we will, if he is not here at 9:30, we will run Mountain Motor before you. And I'm like, oh, well, we might as well not get in. I love Monty, but he just ran comp. There's no way he's getting back up here by this time.
Right.
And so they
got to tow them bastards back.
So they move Mountain Motor right in front of it. And I get why they do that. Again, it is about the show. Just so everyone's clear. And racers at home, if you don't understand that you're not the show, you're in the wrong sport. I promise you. I want you. Yeah, it's just like they're not going to choose you first ever. And I'm not asking. I am asking them sometimes to make better decisions, but this time I think it's a lose-lose either way, no matter what they do. So I was like,
on a different. I'm not going to call it a smaller scale,
sure,
because I believe what we do with TV promotions is a very large scale.
Yeah,
but it's a difference. It's a whole different apples to oranges.
Yep.
Okay, but we do this a lot.
Yep.
And so I feel like it's just. I use this conversation with me and you about this as a way to make myself better,
sure,
but also look at ways that I think I could have helped that or hurt that or whatever, whatever it might be. I did see somebody just sent me, NHRA just posted this, I guess. NHRA Mission Foods Racing Series following the disqualification of Erica Ender's run during the 4th round of qualifying on Saturday in Bristol due to the use of rear wheels that did not meet NHRA's approved specifications for Pro Stock. The following additional penalties have been announced. A 100-point deduction and a $5,000 fine. The team has the right to appeal the financial penalty if they wish to do so. The funds collected from this fine will be used to support and enhance the capabilities of the NHRA safety safari. That's bullshit.
Yeah, let's just get into it, I guess, at this point. KB Titan and Elite. Obviously, shout out to Fernando Quadra, because I appreciated that Joe Costello asked him about, hey, what just transpired, and Fernando obviously put like a little bit to it. Look, I think that it's good for everybody. Like, I appreciate. Look, I'm a pro wrestling fan. Everybody knows that. Okay, I'm here for it. Let's spice it up a little bit. I think Greg Anderson next time should cut a promo while he's in the car before he does a burnout. Let's just really spice. You gonna talk that shit? And your wife's going to talk that shit? Talk that look, you want to walk it? You damn sure better be able to talk it, I hope. But I don't know if they really can. It was cool. It was interesting. Now, to the Erica point, my understanding is they didn't actually break a rule.
Nah.
It's not in the rule book. Now, I don't know. They're trying whatever they can. Obviously, there's a gray area or whatever. They're trying whatever they can.
They never find nobody in Superstock that came up with some bogus ass shit like that. Like, and that's sorry.
No.
That came up with bogus ass shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I don't really understand like the liner. I don't know what we were finding there. It's kind of cool.
Well, they're trying with it's a Pro Mod tire,
but,
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Sure.
Trying to eliminate the speed. I don't know. Who knows?
But was it still on a double? I mean, it was still on a double V-lock wheel, right?
Yeah, there's nothing. They didn't do anything illegal. That's what I'm
the
saying.
Rule, right? Like 16x16, double V-lock, whatever the rules.
Right.
But like, I mean, Superstock, man. I mean, we've done some bogus ass shit. Not we, but just in general, Superstock has.
I wish I could do some bogus ass shit.
Yeah, I would.
He
know
included me like I've been fast.
Not.
I appreciate that.
I mean, well, I could start naming them off. Okay, like I've heard of.
Sure. Yeah, we're putting dry ice in the fuel. I get it.
And they I did that. I do that. That ain't gonna stop. Y'all don't like it. Sorry. That shit's cool. But I mean, really bad shit that like half the time they would let it go and say that it's okay. And now we're gonna just I don't understand the point of coming back and knocking them 100 points and a fine at all.
Yeah, I think the decision there is to like. It's almost like they're trying to prove a point that like, hey, if you want to try something and it's not in our rule book and we look down on it, we're going to prove a point that we are in charge. It's very NASCAR. That's very NASCAR leadership. Like that's a NASCAR thing. They do that shit constantly.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
You know
I just don't understand how you could do that and not go looking. Like, did they look at other cars? How did they know that it had a liner? I don't understand how this works.
Was it a different tire? Another thing too is like, where was did Tech take it apart and saw it? How did they know?
I don't. That's my question. Am I missing something that this is like?
It's the other thing too is I think what it does for NHRA too is it lends itself to a little bit of like, all right, let's build a little storyline here, right? Because they're leaving out. There's a very specific thing that they're not telling everyone, like who found it. What did they actually find? Like, obviously, maybe they're leaving that out because they don't believe they need to tell people that, and that's okay too. Like, that's their decision. I don't know. Very interesting. My thing is this: obviously, Elite is down on power. They are trying to figure it out. I don't
know if they're down on.
I'll tell you. I went to this is a cool thing. I forgot. I went to the Johnson's Horsepower Garage.
Yeah.
Meet and greet they did today. All of the drivers were there except for Hagan and Stewart, I think. They saw 2 valve stems in the wheel. Thank you, Clint.
That's wild.
I saw the cars there today. The cars were unloaded. I don't know if they were the cars they drove this weekend, but they were at this Johnson's Horsepower Garage. He lives 40 miles south of me in Columbia. He has a giant compound. He's also like the nicest guy of all time.
Cool as shit.
Yeah, dude, super awesome. And I'll just show these quickly, really quick. These are some of the things I saw this weekend or today. This was just today. It's a meet and greet. He's got like 20 cars outside. So I was like, oh, cool. It's this one building. Nah, dog. Here's a couple. He had like 100 cars inside, all cleaned, all
Was pristine, that the new building?
All on.
Like he just built a new building.
This is the main. This is the main building when you first pull up. I don't know if this is the newest one, but that's the one when you first pull up. And supposedly this used to be Jason Aldean's compound.
Oh yeah. So talking about how cool that dude is, like when him and Bo, like when he first
when he's first doing it, right.
Him and his buddy would show up, but you know those like motorized coolers that you ride around.
Yes.
Yeah, they had those stocked full, and they would come to Bowling Green during the divisional or something, just ride around and hang out and drink.
That's amazing.
Like on their coolers, but. So his dad bought, like, I can't remember exactly how it worked, but it's some stupid shit. And like his dad bought Alan Jackson's house.
Yes, his dad bought cool. Alan Jackson's compound. Yes.
So then Jason was like, okay, I'll just buy Jason Aldean's house.
So the first building has Jason Aldean's Crazy Town neon sign out front still.
Sick.
Point being, all this to say was it's a really cool event. Everybody's there. I talked obviously to Jeggy. We talked to Erica. I talked to Mike. Coughlin, everybody's there. They're all hanging out, and obviously, they're like, "Hey, we're down on power. We're trying to find down in the sense of like they're out miling houring us by like 1 or 2, but they're out 60-footing us and out 330ing us and out 8th miling us. That's the problem, right? How do we fix that? And they're all cognizant of it. They're also still the best people to be around. They're like, "Hey, we're gonna get it, and we're gonna keep trying like hell," because that's like the cool thing. And so for me, I appreciated the fight. That fight, whatever you want to call it. I appreciated the argument sentiment there because I think it's good for the sport in the sense of like we need a little bit of like this in it because I don't want to watch KB. I don't want to see Elite just lay over. They're not going to do that. But like I also want to see a little bit of saw. I didn't ask. It's not.
I don't want to watch anybody lose and be cool with it.
And it's not my business to get it. So I didn't ask about. I didn't ask like, "Hey, what happened?" That's not my business. But like I said, their outlook on it is, "Hey, we're gonna keep trying. We're gonna keep swinging. We don't like them. They don't like us. That's whatever, right?" And I did think, shout out to Greg Anderson for winning his 1,000th round. I did see that Brad Plord commented. Brad Plord commented, I think he's like, "I think Dan Fletcher has like 4,000." And I was like, I love Brad so much. But yeah, like I just thought, here's the thing. It's good for drag racing right now. KB Titan is laying it down. I mean, Jeggy was like, "Look, I just had my best qualifying and I qualified 9th. He'll tell you straight up. Like
the shit's hard. Okay. Like I'm not even in it. Okay. Yeah. And I'm like, it's tight. It's hard. It's like all of them are. I mean, Brian Lone's post that he made was kind of cool. About like across all class, any form of drag racing.
I did see that today. Yeah, agreed.
Like, when we look at pro racing and getting in those cars, it's like, we just stomp the gas and hang on, hope it don't kill us or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like you got to be 60 because you can't be good. I don't know. That's what they say. And but other than that, like I mean, we do have races run. 2,000. What was it? 2,000 or something. The post that he made at 300 and something mile an hour. That's sick.
That's what I'm saying.
Sick.
I think the pro stuff right now is like. There is a large gap between teams across the thing. It's not just pro stock. I mean, the gap between I love Cameron, right? I talked to Cameron. I was like, "Man, I hope you beat Smoke." Obviously, I'm Cam Ferreira. That's my guy. Like, I want to see him win. But they are the gap between them qualifying 14th and the guy qualifying 12th is night and day, right? Like, there is a large gap across it. But it's so hard. This shit is so hard. I can't even imagine.
I've asked Foley this before. I've asked Two-Seater, like, "Hey, what's the gap, right? Like, what's the difference?" And he said, to be honest with you, like, for us, we have all the same shit.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have different, better parts. He said they just – and it's kind of cool to see how far you can miss week to week. Like, that's kind of cool to listen to NASCAR and then realize that it's kind of the same over here. Like, you can go 2 weeks being the – top guy and not make no changes and be at the bottom
next
of the
track be lost, right?
Yes, and that's the track thing. But like he said, most of us have all the same parts. It's just the brains behind it, not necessarily just the brains, but like just he does really good at Charlotte, right?
Yep.
Like
Sure.
he's had a couple of good outings at Charlotte, and so you get your handle on it here and there. And I think with the pro stock thing, it's the biggest thing. I think was just the fuel change, and maybe that's what's.
It's
I mean,
amazing
fuel
to
is
see
power,
what
right?
happens, man. Yeah, dude. It's that's what I'm saying. I think it's good for this. All this to say, it's good for the sport. I don't think it shines a black eye. There's not people they're not throwing hands. It just shows the passion between both teams. And if you're gonna have 6 cars on both teams, you have to have that, because if not, we just have 12 guys out there winning and that's it.
And it's not what is the biggest NASCAR team has, what, 4?
Yeah, it's 4 charters. Yeah,
Yeah.
Hendrick,
And
JGR,
40 cars in the class.
just 39 or 38 now mostly.
So you've got two teams with, I don't know, Richard's got 8 or 9 or whatever, and then KB's got 4, 5, 6, whatever. So I mean, so now you've got 2 teams that are the class.
Exactly.
It'd be like if Hendrick had 20 and Joe Gibbs
so we
had
have
20.
to have a little bit of fire between them.
There's no way they should be.
They just be driving into the other lane. That's what I'm saying. I get a little closer. I should have told Eric that today. Hey, next time you go down there, just start to get a little over. Just start creeping over into their lane.
The other night I had Jeb, I forget that Jeb and Johnson, Johnson's 17, Jeb's 20.
They ain't never seen nothing. They don't know.
I was 13, 14, 15, getting into a race car when you were putting out the songs, okay?
Yeah.
And all the video, Shabs, all the Shabs videos.
Yep.
And I'm talking to them about them, dude, that shit was so cool. And they're like, huh?
Yeah,
they don't even know about this shit.
I look back.
So we had a full-on marathon the other night. Okay, I watched them all, and I showed them all to him. But it's funny that this is after Bristol, but one of the videos that he does is it's got the one where Seipel does the wreck and go at Bristol.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Let's get that in pro stock.
Yeah, might have to. We might have to.
But we do got to get in front of them to do that. Yeah. But
we get to the side, just put a quarter winner.
I will.
He didn't wreck you, son. He rubbed you, and rubbing son is racing. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Obviously, they're off this weekend, and then they're Norwalk. Is that right? No. No, they're Richmond. Hold on. They don't have pro stock at Richmond.
No.
So they're actually off until Norwalk.
2 weeks. Oh yeah, they're gonna be racing every day.
Oh yeah, there'll be some testing. So, anyways,
they need a place to test US 60 Dragway, greatest place.
Hey, by God, come on up. We can make that happen. What else happened? Ron Capps and Steve Torrance both won. I will say a shout out to the Milliken clan. They're all here. I see Lee's here with Lee. That's Clay's sister. She's a big supporter. Thank you for joining us. Shout out to Clay in the Arby's shirts, man, because the whole team's rocking Arby's. My question is, are y'all serving bacon, beef, and cheddars? Is that the hospitality tent? They just got bacon, beef, and cheddar on deck? Or what's the deal over there at Rick Ware Racing?
I do love Arby's.
I'm a big fan. You know what I'm saying? Curly fries for the win. That's what they should do. They really should get a thing going where if a Rick Ware team wins, you get a free small curly fry at all Arby's. They do it at baseball games. Why aren't we doing this in drag racing and NASCAR?
Yes.
Well, probably because Cody don't ever win. But Clay is a winner, so shout out to Clay.
Yeah.
We could do that. I think we should make it happen.
Steve, it's been I don't know exactly. I mean, and I could be wrong. He might have won 2 races this year.
No, it's his first one. First one this year.
Okay.
Yeah, first one for
so
Torrance.
that's good. Them boys, I know they went through some changes the last couple of years, and it kind of put them a couple steps back. But it sounds like they're getting their shit together. And then Ron Capps is Ron Capps. Yeah. But Richard Gadsden.
That's what I was just about to say.
That's cool as shit.
First win for Richard Gadsden on a bike.
Yeah.
He's
very
from
here. He's not maybe not Louisville. Yeah, I think he's Louisville. But all the bike guys around here know him, and he helps them on their bikes. And he was at Hardensburg running some grudge bikes.
Yeah.
But super nice guy, super down to earth. He helps everybody. And one of the guys that helps tunes a lot of bikes around here helps him with that deal as well.
Okay.
But just I got to talk to him at Turkey Bash a little bit just to bullshit about NHRA,
sure.
Because there's you're at a radial race and, nobody knows what you're talking about, but this guy does. So we just kind of got to bullshit. But so I got to know him a little bit. It's just an awesome dude.
It's so funny. I just saw that Lee did that. It changes Gadsden to Garcon whenever you type in his name. It did it to me earlier in the notes, so she retracted that. She's gonna put Gadsden. I thought that was cool, man, to see him win. Look, they've got to have they got to add parity to the bike team because Gage. You can't just let Gage Herrera win 16 out of 20, huh?
Well, I don't know. 2 years ago he won half the races they went to, more than half the races they went
won
to, and they
14.
he won 14. Yeah, so I was reading her comment, but I don't know. And maybe like I ain't gonna lie. I was driving to Bradenton to the SFG Christmas race, the last one they had. What was that? So not this past winter, but the winter before.
Yeah.
I'm driving. It's like 4 a.m. and I'm driving, and I pass Antron.
Yeah.
And I passed him in his rig. And I said, damn, bud, it's 4:30 in the morning. What the hell are you doing out here?
Yeah.
And he called me, and we talked for 2 hours going down the road.
Yeah.
And the first thing, it's 4:30 in the morning, right? I'm on the phone.
I'm asking about motorcycles. That's the first thing
I'm asking. Yeah. Like, he ain't done it in 20 years, but I'm asking about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, so, like, what is it? And I said, because all these people just tell me that he rides that much better. He's 300ths in front of him at the 60-foot. Like, listen, I can't ride a motorcycle. He'd be 300ths in front of me. Yeah, but I'm going to guess if you gave me 20 runs to the 60-foot, he wouldn't be 300ths in front of me.
Yeah.
Like, there's just no way. So, yes, so cut it in half, right? Say he rides 100th and a half to the 60-foot better than everybody. So take that out. Maybe he should be 400 or 500 in front. Do I still call all that bullshit? Yes. Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know.
I'm with the Matt Smith theory of, like, I think that there's, in the theory of this, I do think that the bike motor situation and bikes specifically are so much different that there does have to be some parity there to even. It's very similar to Pro Mod. Like, you're going to have this power adder, you got to weigh this. And if you're going to have this car, you got to weigh this and all that. Like, I do think that they just have to even that. If you got a guy out there running rampant on you and has never won on a hole shot, he's never been better than anybody. I don't know if Gage is. I'm just saying, like, if that happened, at some point you're going to be like, all right, maybe we should even the class out a little bit here. The Vance and Hines dude. And obviously Vance and Hines, you know, that's who Richard drives for. Now they've added a third bike, Braden Davis, right? I think, is it Braden? I think that's his name.
Did he hit the pole?
Yeah, he hit the pole from PDRA. He's a bike guy from PDRA.
So, and I guess that's the other problem that you fight too, right? Like, if Gage isn't dominating currently, then how do you do anything about it?
Well, no, that's what they did. I think finally, didn't they even out the bikes?
Oh,
yeah, I think they evened out the bikes.
So that, like, at the end of the first championship season, they like gave him 5 pounds or something, which I know the bikes are light. 5 pounds might be worth a lot, but he still came out and just obliterated them. So,
Gage is out there testing grudge bikes tonight. I love it. That's good stuff. Yeah, man. Bristol was.
Hold up, my man.
Is that
Richard
real?
Gatson is 19, and then he gets a buy run. He's 33. Grandpa Rich said never trust a buy run. But so if you throw out his buy run, he's 19, 11, and 14.
Oh, he can let go.
That's sick.
Filthy on the bikes. Filthy on the bike.
And then grudge bikes, like he was running at Hardsburg.
60? Yeah.
They were like, it was no time, but they were faster than Pro Stock motorcycles.
Them guys are nuts, dude.
It was street tires.
Straight up riding a rocket. Dude, imagine just saddling a rocket and riding one. Like, I'm out.
I think
bro.
I would.
When I was a kid,
60 foot.
When I was a kid, I thought bikes were so cool. I was a huge Antron fan.
My dad did too. Can you believe that?
That does not surprise me, actually.
My dad is. Yeah, big bike guy.
I was a huge bike guy as a kid. I like I said, I have the Antron 120. It's actually like a 1/18th scale bike.
Yeah. Oh,
big
I
Antron guy.
So
That's my guy.
Super cool.
Joey Ship had a junior dragster bike. I was like, Dad, we had a little, you know, I obviously rode around a little dirt bike thing, like not really mini bike, more or less, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I was like, Dad, we gotta get one. Like, I gotta have one of these. These are sick. I never did get on a bike ever. My dad had a motorcycle. He had a Triumph motorcycle that he rode me around on a little bit, but I never got into the bikes on the street. I've never been on one outside of a Zuma. You know what I mean?
I've had a couple of people offer me their like bikes to race.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dog, have you seen those things when they launch the wrong way?
Bruh.
I can't afford to like land your shit after 3 flips in the middle of the racetrack. No. But like they got them now where they shift themselves. The clutch is like its own slider thing. It does it. I might try it.
I mean, back in the day, they were so good. Like, this was before they were racing. I never raced against one ever. I would like to keep it that way. But
You've never raced against a motorcycle?
No,
dude. I lost the Ultimate 64 when it was a shootout.
Yeah.
And you paid $1,500 to enter it.
Yeah.
First round, Joe Deck laid me 8 total on a motorcycle.
That sounds like my guy at Balls Out Racing, man. That's my guy. He'll be at Mid-Mission, or he'll be at US 131. See, man, I almost said Brian's gonna murder me. US 131 Motorsports Park. He'll be up there this weekend. He's a long haul, but he's one of those guys who gets it. He managed to figure it out, and like, more power to him, man. Because I think it's cool as shit that they do it. And they got it figured out. But all right, moving on. Before we move on, for those joining us now, if you haven't listened, again, Lee Markham, I got you added. Or Les, excuse me. It is Lee Markham. I said Lee Markham, I got you added. It is no box entry to the 100K for the whole weekend. The dragster race and the 250 granders. Free weekend entry, courtesy of BE00TAKE00 show. All you got to do is comment in the chat if you want to get in it. And you have to be subscribed to our channel and following Race TV Promotions on Facebook. Super easy. We are going to draw after Combo of the Week, which is coming up. So if you guys want to get in, Johnson, you are in. Jason Grimes, are you going to get in? Jason, do I need to add you? Is your car running? Do I need to add you?
It is running. We should add him.
All right, I'm adding him. Jason Grimes and Johnson Rayner. Let me switch this back over here. Hold on. You guys will see it here in 1 second. All right. Although I seen Johnson hit the bottom, I don't know if that's really a good look for him, but we don't.
Oh, you're gonna fire him up now.
There are no top bulb entries, so if you guys want in, again, you got to comment in the chat. Let us know your name and where you're watching from, and I'll get you added. Ellis Booth, see my guy Ellis. Thank you. We're gonna add another name before we go to the next topic. Ellis Booth. You guys got 2 topics left before we do it. So. All right, bracket racing around the country last week. We're just going to talk a little bit about it. Kevin Brannon, the Rabbit, he actually just mowed him down at Sean Serra Memorial Race.
Yep, made a mockery of him out there. It looked like. I'm just kidding, but the dude's bad. And usually when he wins once, he's going to do it again. Yeah,
I mean, that's just kind of the KB way, man. Kevin Brannon's a bad dude. He's out there crushing it, so good for him. It's cool that they ran that race, man. I didn't know if they were going to get it in. I thought the weather was kind of challenging for them, but I'm glad to see they got it in. Who promotes that race? I don't know those guys.
It's obviously Jeff's involved, and then Jamie Sirocco and Kyle Cotrell. Jamie, I'm just going to go like Kyle's pretty smart, and Jeff is obviously pretty good with racers.
Yep.
But Jamie Sirocco puts a lot into that.
Very cool.
He's an awesome dude. And definitely, but he puts a lot of work into that as well as Kyle and Jeff. But kind of the group of them do that together, and they make a fun race out of it. I went to the first one too. Can't remember how many I went to, but I know I went to the first one at Darlington, and it's just a cool deal. I mean, even the way they do the parking, like they got the party section and then the buffer and then the family section.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
that's smart.
It's always a good time, and those guys know how to they race a lot and they party a lot, so they know how to do both.
Yeah,
so they can go.
Obviously, Sean, still, in everybody's minds, you see a lot of 139s on the board, which is pretty cool. Jeremiah Hall hooking Jason Grimes up. This is why we do the pod, man. I love this. Yeah. Jason Grimes, all you got to do is drive over to Newburgh. Jeremiah's got a 176 planetary for you. Jeremiah will even do it for another $100. He'll put it in. That's pretty good.
There
deal.
It is.
Jeremiah, he once tried to convince me that he could teach me how it would be fun to work on transmissions. I love Jeremiah, so I'm gonna believe him for now.
No, he lied.
Fair enough. All right. Also, the Ultimate. I couldn't go without the Ultimate because Steve Pointer, he's out there. Him and Steve Riggins running it. Who won the Ultimate? That's not a shootout anymore. I'll be honest. I apologize to you guys. I don't know enough about it.
Chris is gonna be mad at me because I don't know.
Sure.
I know. So Maddie was keeping me updated, but he sucked so bad on Saturday that it didn't matter.
Okay.
But so they didn't finish the 10. They did end up splitting it. I don't know what they did with the 64. Somebody in here will know.
Yeah, someone let me know in the chat.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. This is on PJ got 10,000 other things going on.
Yeah.
But Michigan this week, I missed all of
100%. That's what I'm saying. So I apologize. I did not pay close enough attention. And I tried to look it up a little bit, but I didn't follow all the pages. So it's like I was just kind of, it happened. It did happen. The Ultimate did exist. It did transpire. I just don't know if they finished it. But
yeah.
Either way. All right. comp combo of the week, my friend, or comp driver of the week. You tell me. It's your
Yeah,
this is your show.
we're going with a driver this week.
All right, who we got?
Bruno Massel.
Oh my God, we all want to be Bruno.
I'll never forget the first time I went to the Jegs All Stars. My dad was running. He made the All Stars in 2010, and I watched Bruno. This is when I learned who Bruno Massel and Joe Santangelo were.
Okay.
Because I mean, they just wrecked them. Okay, and Bruno did it like with this oddball combination, and just watching him like in an in-car make a run with that thing is freaking crazy. But he, to my knowledge, is the only driver in Comp Eliminator with 4 world championships. I think he's won
in 4 different cars though, right? Or 2 different
No,
cars?
it's always been in the same car.
It's always in that door car thing?
He might have
won newer
one
car.
in another, but no, he's had that thing forever.
Oh, okay.
I know that like 2009, 2010, he had it, and like he's always had. I don't know where he like. I know he did a whole lot of different things in racing, but you know, I do know that I think he's won 40 something. I don't know exactly how many nationals he's won, but he's done it. You know, with this, he ran double D altered turbo for a while.
Yeah,
and now
yeah,
it's
yeah.
double C. I'm sure there's something he changed there that I don't understand quite honestly.
Okay.
But I do believe like he's the only 4-time Comp Eliminator world champion.
He makes history as the first comp driver to win 4 championships. That is 09, 12, 21, and 2023. I was just trying to see like what comes up. I would like to note that the first thing that comes up, he's on TV so much that the first thing when you Google search Bruno Massel is Bruno Massel's net worth. You know who else that is? Any other celebrity. That's how much Bruno's on TV, my guy. Just so everyone knows, man. That's wild. Yeah. Yeah,
all the same car with 2 different combos. So the cool part about that is like it shows there was a 4-way tie at 3 championships. Bill Moropoulos,
yes,
which
yeah,
Bill Moropoulos to this day, he's out in California, and he has a hot rod that he drives to car shows with his buddies on Saturdays. It's just
fun.
Like dude doesn't know who I am, but I follow him on Facebook like he's Jay-Z or something.
Love that.
If obviously Frankie Aragona and David Rampey. So you put those 4 names in a pile and Bruno beats them to 4. That's pretty cool. For sure.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Frankie probably had a couple more than him, and Rampey said, screw y'all, I'm out. But
yeah, pretty wild, man. It's man, Bruno, one of the great guys in the sport too. If you guys don't know Bruno, obviously, like, to have a guy like that in this sport, promoting it. I just saw his kid signed to Indiana to play football.
Oh wow.
Which is pretty cool too. So he's obviously, you know, producing future as well. Like, these guys just doing it. Bruno, man, he's one of the GOATs, dude, to have a TV career, be the guy that he is, to be on NHRA and to be a world champion. You don't get many like that. Obviously, didn't his dad also like invent some clutches or some shit?
I think so. Oh, well, yeah, right. And I'd learned this later in life.
But
the Bruno,
his dad's thing. They've like done everything. Like
I did that. Like I went 20 years and didn't know that, right?
Yeah.
And somebody's like, and then you're like, you feel stupid, but yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Pretty wild, man. Comp combo of the week. I love it. Comp driver this week is Bruno Massel. Hopefully it's Bruno's list. I know he's not, but if you were Bruno, just know we're big fans. All right. Last chance. If anybody has recently joined, last chance for you to get in. We are doing a no-box weekend entry plus the dragster race, courtesy of the BE00TAKE00 show at the Larice Motorsports Insurance 100K, presented by Vintage Trailers at Beech Bend Raceway Park, July 3rd through the 6th. I am undefeated at ad reads, my guy.
That's my man right there.
This is it, man. We're going to do a live drawing right here. So comment in the chat. And I know for a fact that Matt Forbes is listening and just refuses to comment right now.
Oh yeah, because he ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna brag race.
I need him. I need it. I need Matt Forbes. I'll even let him drive my Super Stocker because he'll feel more at home in a boat. I just feel like you could drive my Super Stocker, Matt, if you'd like. That's kind of where I'm at. That way, if he hurts the motor, he can put his in there. See, I'm thinking right now. I'm a thinker. By God, I'm trying to set myself up. So this is your last chance. Comment in the chat that you're watching, that you want to get in. We're going to go over one more thing, and then we're going to do that drawing. So, again, free weekend entry to the no-box side of the TB Promotions 100K, Larice Motorsports Insurance 100K, presented by Vintage Trailers. July 3rd through the 6th at Beech Bend. It's non-transferable, so no, you can't sell it. No, you can't give it to anybody else. You got to enter. Well, you just got to get there. That's what you got to do. You got to get there. So, let us know. All right, up next, obviously, how long have we been talking? I don't even know. We've been talking 50-some minutes. We're doing pretty good on time. Let's talk about it. 250K. It's the Larice Motorsports Insurance 250K presented by Vintage Trailers at US 131 Motorsports Park in Martin, Michigan.
He's killing it. He's on a heater.
It's going to be electric, man. If y'all didn't see the trophies today,
lit.
Baby.
Hey, the giveaway car is probably rolling out of the shop right now, too. It looks sick.
Tanner Thiebold crushed it on the trophies. They look, obviously, let's talk a little bit about this while we're here. Custom trophies for races. I know we talked a little bit about this via text, right? I think your guys' with the baseball bats is electric. Unbelievable. I thought it was cool the first time you did it. I think that's like, we need more of that. We talked about Dallas with the cowboy hats. We talked about Norwalk with the spoon. We talked about New England with the lobsters, right? I think they're doing the lobsters, right?
Yeah, then the Sportsmen's, they did something else, but it was like also the same theme. It was
seafood
pretty cool.
theme. Yeah. I just think we got to have more of that. We got to have, there
100%.
are plenty of trophy guys out there making. I just saw the Cold Hard Art guy. He's doing the trophies for the end of the year, I think. And they look incredible. And I'm like, that's awesome. Love that.
Yeah.
We got to have each individual race has got to have.
And me and Brian talked.
Right?
Well, every town has a thing. And that's kind of where, like, when we moved out of Ohio Valley, Brian's like, well, what are we going to do now that we can't do bats? And I'm like, well, we come from Louisville.
Yeah.
You know, like our business is in Louisville. I lived my whole life in Louisville, and he pretty much has too,
right.
you know, within 35 minutes.
Yeah.
So, like, it's still our thing, and it still follows TB Promotions, I feel like. And I think, like, that's the other thing, too. You know, you could do it where you're holding the event. You can do it from where you come from. Like Peter could do a New York thing for every race that he does.
I can't believe he's not giving out Yankee-themed shit. I'm like,
right?
Peter,
like,
if you're listening, baby, we got to give out that Yankee shit, my guy.
I did ask my guy. So I asked my guy at the Slugger, at little Slugger, who also races, by the way.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, that's how we got in. We picked him up on the back alley for a minute. But so there was a race like a year. You remember what was it last season that the Yankees started teeing off on the torpedo bats?
Yeah, well, this year. It's just this year where they caught it this year. They've been had them for a year, but they just caught it this year.
Well, so whenever they started figuring that out, like there was a race that they were like, hey, we might not have your bats done. They took every bat in production that wasn't a torpedo and shoved it off to the side.
To just make new ones.
To make torpedoes, because they were obviously everybody wanted them then.
That's incredible.
So like, yeah, and then I was like, man, well, just make me a run of those. I'll take those.
That would have been sick too. Like we're cool with torpedo. Yeah. We don't care.
No, I don't give a shit.
Who's painting the bats? Does Louisville Slugger do that too?
They come from Louisville Slugger in Louisville Slugger boxes with the bag, and like they're done. That is straight out of the whatever you call it.
Very cool. But we'll go back to the 250K here in a minute. But what other trophies would you like? What other tracks would you? I think that Vegas would be really cool if they gave you half of your purse in chips that you could use at casinos. That might be kind of fun.
Or like do chips.
Yeah.
Like a set of chips that show the class win and like Vegas on the other side, or, you know, a deck of cards that like
something. They got to do something, right?
Yeah. Or build a trophy that was cards and chips.
That would be sick too. Yeah. I'd love that. Kind of like an all in thing. If you just like, it looked like melted chips or something, that might be kind of fun. I think Pomona could do something. Obviously it's LA, California, like give away some sunglasses or some shit that's signed by some screenwriter. I don't know. There's a bunch. I just feel like there's so many cool tracks that we go to that they're not doing. And I'm like, I'm not the first marketing. I don't know anything, but like, is it that hard? Y'all can't see. What are we doing? Virginia. I
why aren't we doing like Indy 500's thing is milk,
right? Why don't we have
Why don't we do something like that for Indy? It's our biggest race of the year too.
I can't believe we're not.
I don't want milk though. I'm never gonna win, so don't take my.
Milk might not be the thing, but there's got to be something, right? Yeah.
Ice cold beer would be great. Thank you,
dude. What if they let you do a burnout in an Indy car if you win? That'd be sick.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a trophy, but I'm in.
But like
I'm
something like
in.
that, they're like, hey, you get to make a free lap in this Indy car.
Give me a statue of Big Daddy shaving his beard.
There you go.
Okay, like wasn't that at Indy that he did that?
Yeah.
Give me that.
That's incredible. We've got ideas. So NHRA, if y'all are looking, we got ideas.
Yes,
Or
Jason,
racers.
I've actually, sorry, not to interrupt
Yeah.
you, but Jason, like I've thought about doing those at 60 for an event or two or
Oh
something.
my God, that would be so
but,
sick.
Think about this, PJ. Actually, I wanted to do for the $100,000 shootout winner.
Yeah.
I wanted to do
custom
a
maker's
specialty
mark
item
or something. Yeah.
Well, so yes, I've even reached out to watch companies to like
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. To do
and
something
make a watch.
Yeah.
But what I was like, I got the guy. I got the guy to go to.
Okay.
And if it's gonna happen, like this is my guy. He does a lot of work for all of the distilleries and stuff. But I want to do like a. It don't even have to be like a special batch or anything. But I want to go to one of these bourbon companies.
Yeah.
And get like I want to custom make a bottle for 100,000 winner. And like no matter what it like, I don't know how we
What
how
if
we do
we
it
just
or
go
what
on
you
the
do,
whiskey
but
tour?
yes.
You go on the whiskey tour, right? Every
Yeah,
and you're just
makers
like,
you
hey,
can do it, so we'll just do it once a year.
yeah. So and once a year we'll say, hey, this is the 100K winner, and then we'll do something on the bottle, on the back. We'll like I don't know, hit it with a hammer. We'll heat up a iron thing and do some shit. I don't know.
I want to do some shit. I don't
Damn,
know.
a
I think
barrel
that
head
would
would
be
be sick.
perfect.
Okay, not Nick Morris. Excuse me.
He actually is.
The other it's the other Morris. It's not Nick.
What, Matt?
Yeah, Matt. Thank you. Matt.
Nick's heavily involved, but Matt works for him. Yeah.
Matt, where are you at, my guy? Help us out.
Yeah.
We just need a few barrels that aren't being used so we can use the heads for the next 4 years.
So the guy that I was talking about going to and telling him please and thank you would be Nick's boss.
There you go too.
Yeah,
Perfect.
but he's a super stock guy.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, and it's probably not feasible, but I don't know, especially with the race being in Bowling Green right now. Like I think that would fit.
I think that
well.
would be awesome. Let's make it happen. Jason, get us a barrel. We'll cut it open. We will make a Tanner Thiebold will make us a heat brand. Someone, right?
Yes.
Tanner he can make us a welded brand that says TB Promotions.
They can laser cut it,
And
probably,
then,
just like he does
and
the
then we'll
trophy.
heat it up and shoot it on the barrel. 100K winner, and then we will. I don't know how we'll do the name, but we'll figure that out. Maybe it just says 100K. It just says year and 100K winner. Yeah, that'd be cool.
On the back of it, we'll put each winner in it.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Just keep adding them.
Yeah, be very cool. All right, specialty trophies, man. We love it. So, yeah, 250. So, back to that. 250K is this weekend at US 131 Motorsports Park. The camp is up there. The giveaway car is sick. Don O'Neill is taking my place this weekend. And
I got a new broadcast partner. What the? I don't
Don's
know how.
gonna
And
crush it.
Don?
He's
Don is going to crush it.
He
I
crushed
just really
it.
like to give him shit.
Don crushed it at South Georgia. And I was like all for it. Hey, we need Don. Don literally crushed it at South Georgia for us at Verge. So very excited for Don to be there. Derek's going to help out a little bit too. So you're going to see a lot of different. We were working on making it more presentation friendly in the sense of like, you can't just watch cars go down a racetrack all the time. Yeah. You just can't.
Like I was telling you, that's kind of been. I know you're having a blast with it and doing the majority of the work. I'm kind of just there, but I have enjoyed. It's not my project, but it's kind of a new project I get to be involved with. So I'm enjoying it a lot for sure.
Yeah, and Josh Martin, thank you for joining us. Josh, I'll get you added here before we go through. So one of those things, obviously, we are adding to the next show. So I will be off for the next 2 weeks. I get married on Sunday, and I'm going to Italy for 2 weeks. So we're very excited about that. So I will be gone. I missed the 250 this weekend. That's why Don's taking my place. But Tyler and me have conjured up the next great idea that we are excited about.
Sick.
If you haven't seen Amazon's coverage of NASCAR, we stole this directly from Dale Jr.
Straight off of it.
It doesn't matter. They do it in every major sport. We are going to host a post-show for all of the races at the 100K, except for Sunday, probably. Sunday we probably won't do, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we will host a post-show right here on the BE00TAKE00 YouTube channel. We will have the winners, the runner-ups. We'll have guests. We're excited. We are also going to have the winners come through and join us live
like
on the pre-show.
Day.
Yes, we are going to do a game day pre-show, the day of time runs, basically, at the 100K at Beech Bend. So we're very excited. We're going to roll out some new stuff.
We're working on coordinating it, but going to have every $100,000 shootout winner that we've had so far come up and talk to us during that. But so we've got There's just a lot of cool shit.
Yeah,
going
man, we're
on.
just trying to make it more presenter friendly. So the first thing obviously will be Motor Mania. We're going to do we're going to do kind of the warm up that we did at St. Louis. We're going to do a very similar thing with the winners. Like I said, the previous winners of the 100K, and have a chance to talk to everybody, come up and chat with us. Myself and Tyler, like I said, and that'll be on Motor Mania TV. And then after the race, I will sign off from Motor Mania TV. You will join us on the BE00TAKE00 show.
Still
channel.
on YouTube. That's
Still
the
on
coolest
YouTube.
part. Like, you ain't got to go flipping through channels and
That's
find
what
us
I'm
again.
saying.
You just click the other YouTube.
That's right. So you will join us live there. We'll have a little post-race coverage that'll be uploaded as videos live on our channel. They'll be live, actually, just similar to the show. So our first show back will be July 3rd at Beech Bend Raceway Park for the BE00TAKE00 show. So that's 2 weeks off plus a following Tuesday. So it's about 2.5 weeks, but you will join us on July 3rd at Beech Bend Raceway Park. Myself and Tyler, we will be joined by some folks. We're excited to see who comes through. It'll be early in the week, so Foley won't be on a tilt. He'll be okay.
Yeah.
TJ's entered. Tracy Sons is entered. I know the 100K is way past full. I got alternates ready. The top bulb's full, so we're gonna have a ton of racers July 4th weekend, and we're excited. The BE00TAKE00 show post show.
I don't know if anybody else is getting the ads on Instagram for those red, white, and blue overalls that are shorts.
Oh yeah, baby.
But let me explain something to y'all. I have a set of them that I ordered off of Instagram, and I will be wearing them on the 4th of July, whether anybody wants to see it or not. Okay? You're going to give me one day out of all these race days.
That's right.
That I'm not going to look like I'm supposed to look. I'm wearing it.
I love it. So we're ready. The 100K is going to be electric. We will be back in full effect. Like I said, we're adding a lot of stuff. We're very excited. The sponsors that are a part of the race alone. If anybody wants to sponsor our post show, they might see the first one. They'll be like, "Hey, we're gonna throw all the money at Dale.
Yeah.
You can be Dale Jr. and I'll be Corey LaJoy."
I'm in.
That work. People like you better anyway. So yeah, man, we're excited. The 100K, we're gonna be all the way back up. Let me make sure. Did I miss anything? Nope. That's it. Oh, last thing, and this, you guys tell me if this is a good idea in the chat. I'm thinking about building a race car. What do you think, Tyler? I've come up with this idea. We've come up with a lot of good ideas lately. I'm thinking about building a race car.
Listen, I have wanted to do that 100 times in my life, and then they drag another piece of shit in here that we have to do that to. And I'm like, there's not one step of it that I like.
Yeah.
But it's not. But I've never gotten to just do mine, right?
Sure.
Like I don't mean like not having help, because like obviously I'd ask my dad 300 questions a day. But
Yeah.
it's always like, I don't know. I just want a project like that I work, that's mine, and I work on it.
Yeah.
And something, I don't know. Yes, I want to do that, but also I get tired of looking at
I may
things.
have convinced. It's not going to be this year. Obviously, it'll be late, but I think I'm going to do a YouTube series on it. I'm going to build a race car. My dad did all this stuff, man. He fabricated so many people's cars back where I grew up.
And what you were telling me is like all the equipment that he did that with, you're
Yeah, he's got all of it. So
acquiring.
I'm just acquiring all of it. Potentially, that's the goal. We'll see what happens with the building. As long as that goes at one way or another, somebody's gonna get it. It's probably gonna be me. My brother don't want to haul it out to Jackson Hole in his condo in the mountain. He don't want to do all that. So I'll probably end up with it here in Nashville. But yeah, man, I don't know. Just something. What do y'all think? I ran into a few people today. Shout out to Ronnie. Ronnie was like, PJ is not a mechanic. I'm telling the story to Bob Mandel, who builds cars. I'm telling him about the transmission story. And I was like, oh, yeah, and Brian's helping me. And Ronnie just looks at him both. Neither one of them are mechanics. And I was like, you ain't lying. Sure enough, we got to go down the racetrack, though, by God. All right, man. Let's do it. Last chance here. Anybody else want to get in to the No Box weekend drawing for the TB Promotions 100K at Beech Bend, July 3rd through the 6th? It is a No Box weekend entry. 250s and the dragster race, courtesy of the BE00TAKE00 show. Myself and Tyler, Brian, Shauna, Megan, Jeb, the whole crew, they all pitched in. Free No Box weekend entry. I've got Josh Martin and TJ Coleman going in here. Corey Kugel, we have not given it away. Corey's going in the list as well. All right, so Tyler, I'm going to put this graphic up here. Let me go here. You make sure that I got all the names in here correctly. All right, hold on.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, go ahead.
All right, you got Corey Kugel, Jason Grimes, I believe, is on there. TJ Coleman, Josh Martin.
Hold on.
I can't scroll.
No, I got it. That's the last one I needed.
Okay.
Josh Martin, I think. Let me just make sure. Anybody else? Last chance. Anyone else? I know everybody can't see his name. Sorry. Oh, Aaron Hennig. He joined us late here. Aaron Hennig way to get in there at the end. All right, Aaron Hennig. Okay. Anybody else? Last chance. And then I'm going to fix this. Whoa. Whoa. That's my bad, guys. Hold on here 1 second. Oh, give me 1 second.
Stretch it out there. You got to make her bigger. There we go. I think Brian's throwing rocks at my door.
He'll be all right. We're almost done.
I don't care if he throws 10 more rocks. I'm not.
All right. That's all the names right there. Jeremiah Hall, Austin Sloan, Wes Collins, Joe Ballard, Dylan Champion, Jimbo Fields, Lee Markham, Jason Grimes, Johnson Rayner, Ellis Booth, Tyler Rudolph, Corey Kugel, TJ Coleman, Josh Martin, and Aaron Hennig. All right. Here we go. I'm going to hit that random draw, Tebow. You ready to – oh, hold on. I got to
I lost you for a second, but I think you said random draw.
Yes, I did. Random draw. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to put us back here real fast. I'm going to random draw it. Here we go. Click to spin, baby. You got to spin to win. Oh, baby. TJ Coleman. You are our winner. TJ Coleman.
Going Dragon.
Going
off the bottom.
Going Dragon. Oh, sorry, TJ. It didn't work. My production's off a little bit today. I'm working on it. TJ Coleman, congratulations, man. You've got a free weekend entry to the no box side. It is not transferable. No one else can race for you. You can't sell it. So I hope you join us July 3rd through the 6th at Beech Bend Raceway Park for the Larice Motorsports Insurance 100K presented by Vintage Trailers. We're excited, man. I'm excited. I got to give away something. I feel excited about it. So
hey, I'm pumped. I give away. If it's up to me, we just keep on. Give them
I wish we could. Brian then may kill us. But we did it, man. We're excited. Again, we're off. This is our mid-season break here as I exit, and Tyler's going to go work at Mid-Michigan. God, I said it again. US 131 Motorsports Park. I'm so sorry. I'm losing my mind.
We go into Michigan. We race them for $250,000.
Shout out to Joe Foley, the first to do it. Who will be the second? It's exciting.
I don't know.
It's going to be some hitters. I do know that. Shout out to Chase Huffman, who's bringing he's like, oh yeah, I'm bringing the Pro Charger car. I was like, you don't even have a Pro Charger car. He's like, yeah, but we're bringing it. We're borrowing it.
He's like, can your sisters or your dad, do they want to get paid to like push a car to the lanes? Yeah. I'm like, do you know who my sisters are? Yeah. I said, for one, my dad will be taking a nap, so he's out. My sisters, I don't know if you want that. Yeah. Like, I'm just being totally honest with you. I don't know if you want that.
I can't. It's got a Pro Charger on it. Just drive it to the lanes. Everybody else does.
Yeah.
He told me it's going to go 390s or 4.0s. I was like, how are you going to even race that?
Oh, yeah. That's fast.
I don't know. We're excited. Join us this weekend for the 250K on Motor Mania TV. Again, they'll have everybody. There's a ton of stuff. I've already sent graphics. I've got everybody. I've got Don lined up with stuff to talk about.
I was going to ask you that. Like, so are we doing a pre-race? Did you send him any pre-race
I sent him everything, man. You
and then the ladder stuff,
and
like,
the ladder
that I join him for?
It's all
you've
there.
got all that.
All of it, baby.
All right.
I'm here for it. I have Megan will be updating the ladders, but I've made them super easy. All she got to do is type in some names and copy and drag and send. She's good. Don's got the stuff to talk, so the graphics are with Motor Mania. Joe and Mark do an incredible job.
Mark will hate me and Don by the end of this. Sorry, Mark. If you hear this, I apologize. It's just
we're excited. So yeah, man. Race TV Promotions back at it. Myself, Tyler, thanks for hanging out with me today. Thank you guys all for joining us, man. Thank you guys for joining the live raffle. Shout out to TJ Coleman. TJ, your name is added to the list, baby. We will see you July 3rd through the 6th for the 100K. I will see you all in a few weeks. Don't bother me. I don't want to hear from y'all. Just kidding.
Ain't gonna work for me. I'm still gonna get after that phone. I'm like, "What's up, buddy?" I was like, "Oh,
you know what? I'm gonna text him when it's 2 a.m. in the morning here, and I'm in Italy walking around, the Leaning Tower of Pisa or something. Who knows? I might text him when I'm on. I may be on the Pompeii beach, just chilling.
Hey, I want Suns out, guns out. Like are you gonna see? What is it? Paris, where they got that statue, or what's
We're
that
not
building
going to
thing?
the Statue of Liberty. Dude, we're
No,
not going
what's
to the.
that thing? What's that
Oh,
thing?
the Eiffel Tower. We're not going to
Yeah,
Paris. We're
see
going
that?
to Italy.
I don't know the difference, buddy. Okay, I don't know nothing about the world. Okay, I know about race cars
Yeah.
in America.
No, we're going to Italy.
So what's in Italy? You go the Lean thing.
We're going to
whatever it is.
We're going
I
to
wanna see a
Rome. We're going to
landmark
the Roman
with-
Empire. We're going to all that
Listen,
stuff. We're going to see the new Pope.
Suns out, guns out picture with it.
I got
That's
you.
what I want.
I got
Selfie.
you. I'll take some pics for you.
All right.
Thank you guys for joining us here at the BE00 Take 00 show. We hope you all enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We will